To start things off, I wanted to give you guys a view of what I can see when I look outside the hotel. Once again, further proof I'm actually in Las Vegas. Of course, from the Red Rock, and it's been an experience already, and we are just getting things started. The one thing I do want to say too at the beginning of this, before I move this back to the desk and back to the standard sort of view, is that the internet here at the hotel seems to be, even though we've got it upgraded, it's I can upload videos, but it's going to be kind of spotty. So I apologize right off the bat for the fact that some videos are probably going to go up at wonky times a day, meaning that if you're on the East Coast, I apologize vehemently for how late some videos could end up getting posted. But we need to talk about Arizona. Okay, so let's talk Arizona. The Coyotes are in an interesting position, and I've got everything written up here on the board. Apologies for parts that got wiped off and whatnot. It's not a fantastic lineup, but honestly, they had a really good second half, and they'll be looking to build on that to start this season, and I think they can. Galchenyuk on the left side is interesting because I think they're going to give him a shot at center. If Galchenyuk can get the hang of center, and if Stepan drops down to the number 2, Dvorak number 3, or Strome number 3, and then maybe they can look at Richardson at 4, and maybe Dvorak moves over to the wing. See, there's a lot of things they can do with this lineup. There's a lot of young players. Galchenyuk, Panik had a very solid run with Arizona after the trade happened. Perlini, we'll see what his ceiling is. I would think this year will probably reveal pretty much as good as he's going to get. And of course, Kruger that they brought in during the offseason, if he's on the fourth line. And then Lawson Krause, like, is he going to show up at NHL level as an NHL player at some point, or is he now going to be a career American Hockey Leaguer? I think we may know that sooner than later. And again, down the middle is interesting with Stepan, Dvorak, Strome, Richardson, Kempe. Got into a handful of games. And Barrett Hayden, who just signed his entry-level contract. Could have a lot of bodies here. A lot of guys who have a high upside, like a Hayden, Galchenyuk as well, Strome. And I know there's those who write off Dylan Strome, that he's a bust. He's not going to make it. He was very solid for them at the end of the year last year. So we'll see this year whether the Dylan Strome as a bust crowd is right or if they're incorrect. On the right side, you got Keller, Grabner, Fisher. I wouldn't be surprised if Fisher actually plays the second line and Grabner ends up on the third. Grabner had the 27 goals this year, but a vast majority of those were scored with the Rangers. And he had some kind of a synergy with the New York Rangers that he didn't have when he got to New Jersey. So I can't assume that he's going to have that in Arizona. They're paying him like he should, but it's one of those we'll see situations, right? If 27 goal Grabner plays for Arizona this year, then they've made a massive addition on top of the Galchenyuk trade. And Cousins will be fighting for that fourth line spot with Archibald. Sorry. I actually got like 8 hours sleep last night, so if anything, my body's just kind of... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Hudson Fashing's on the list as well, and Fashing is one of those we'll sees as well. On the blue line, Ekman Larson, of course, has been extended for forever. He'll retire as a Coyote. Hjalmarsson, Chychrun, Goligoski. I know there are some Coyotes fans that aren't enthralled with Goligoski. I know as a Stars fan, I know he can be frustrating, but he can also be really useful at times too. So he's kind of the devil there. Connaughton and Demers round out the top 6, or do they? Because they signed this Ilya Lyubushkin out of the KHL. He's 24 years of age. And Jordan Gross signed out of the NCAA at the age of 23. And this is John Chayka we're talking about, so these guys will both get their chance to make the team. If the KHL player who signed is good, and I don't know anything about his background necessarily, then absolutely their blue line can be very solid. Connaughton had a good output this past season. We'll see if it was a one-time thing or if he can keep it up. But at the very least, it's not a horrible defense package. And then in net, you got Ronta and Kemper, and Aiden Hill's going to be hanging in the wings as the number 3 guy. I honestly think Ronta's season last year was underrated, and that if he can play 50 plus games this year, if he can avoid the injury bug, and if he can put up the exact same numbers over, say, 55 or 60 games, he'll get nominated for the Vezina. And that's really honestly what Arizona needs. Arizona needs Antti Ranta to come in and start the season this way, the way he finished last season. If he can do that, if their youth comes through, and if Galchenyuk makes that transition to center, and he said in interviews since being traded there that he wants to be a center. That's what he wants to do. He wants to transition to a center in Arizona, and that he's very excited to play in Arizona. The potential is huge if you're a Coyotes fan this year. Do I think they make the playoffs? Probably not, but they have a better chance right now than they had last year. And I think John Chayka has shown himself to be pretty smart, which is why even though they draft Hayden at number 5, they might have been able to trade down to get him. I'm not really on that bandwagon anymore of the trade down. Yes, you probably pick up an extra pick, but you can't guarantee your player is going to be available at 10. So if you trade down to 10 and you're like, all right, Edmonton, here's number 5, whatever, and you pick up a second rounder, but if Hayden's your guy, and if Hayden goes to somebody else, goes to say the Rangers, whoever, then you've got a pick now to grab somebody that you didn't make the trade to get. So I totally understand why he did it, and we'll see how he performs. He's already signed his entry-level contract, so at the very least, the GMs that have signed entry-level contracts on their draft picks from this year, very proactive, very smart move. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, if you're an Arizona fan especially. I don't have an Arizona jersey with me, so I've got the Orlando Solar Bears jersey on. Many apologies, but I couldn't bring all of them. There's no way. Not going to happen. I'm not paying hundreds of dollars for a bunch of bags that just contain a bunch of jerseys. I just can't do it. I still think I brought too much, and yet I'm already running out of jerseys to wear for you guys in videos. So there's going to be some repeats, and I apologize for that. But you know what? I apologize too much. It's because I'm Canadian. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And this has been the Arizona Coyotes. How bad is it? Again, this isn't the season preview because we're going to wait about a month until the season previews start. They'll start in early August. But this is just an overview because not all the free agent moves have been made and not all the trades have been made either. Eric freaking Carlson. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk to you again soon.